What's the most ridiculous rule your school ever had? My school banned food allergies my senior year. Not the food, the allergies themselves. It started when Todd, a new kid with severe peanut allergies, had a reaction in the cafeteria. His mom raised concerns about cross-contamination in the kitchen. Instead of addressing it, our principal announced that medical documentation would be required to prove any allergy claims. The process was insane. Parents had to pay $200 for special testing at an approved clinic, then submit results to a review board. Without their stamp of approval, the school wouldn't accommodate your allergies. Kids whose families couldn't afford testing were told to be more careful or bring their own lunch. My friend Nina had celiac disease and couldn't risk gluten exposure. Her single mom worked 2 jobs and couldn't spare $200 for redundant testing. The school refused to provide gluten-free options without official confirmation. Nina started skipping lunch entirely. Things got worse when flu season hit. 3 kids had asthma attacks during PE. Rather than adjust activities, the school claimed their inhalers weren't validated by approved testing. One boy ended up in the ER because the nurse wouldn't give him his inhaler without proper documentation. Parents were furious, but the principal doubled down. She sent out a memo saying medical accommodations were being abused and strict verification was needed. Kids started hiding their EpiPens and inhalers in their lockers, terrified they'd be confiscated. The breaking point came during a school assembly. Nina collapsed from low blood sugar since she'd been skipping meals. As she started seizing, the nurse refused to help because Nina's medical forms weren't certified. I ran to my locker, grabbed my phone, and called 911. The paramedics arrived to find Nina unconscious while school staff stood around debating protocol. They were livid. One EMT loudly announced he was reporting the school for medical negligence. The principal tried defending the policy but went quiet when he asked for her medical license number. Local news got wind of it. They interviewed families who'd been denied accommodations. Medical experts called the policy dangerous and possibly illegal. The school board was flooded with angry calls. They held an emergency meeting where parents shared horror stories. Todd's mom described his terror eating lunch. A father raged about his daughter's asthma attack. Nina's mom broke down explaining how her daughter starved herself. The next day, the principal was placed on leave. The superintendent officially ended the verification policy. They issued a public apology and promised to cover testing costs for affected families. But the damage was done. Several parents filed lawsuits. The local hospital started offering free allergy testing to students. Nina's mom used her settlement money to help other families get medical documentation. The principal never returned. Last I heard, she was consulting for private schools. Nina recovered and started a support group for kids with food allergies.